Hey, 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 hey. Okay, wait. I've never gone live on here before. They have a filter for. Oh, they got filters. No, I need like the smoothing filter. Like, that's the one I need. No, no. Oh, whatever. We'll roll with this. What is this called? Beam? Maybe blush. I like blush. Hi, guys. Okay, maybe not blush. I'm gonna turn it down. Maybe we can choose a filter before going live. How about that? How about that? I need a Snapchat filter. Like, that's the type of filter I need right now. Alexa, turn volume down so I don't get a whatever. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, what's up, you guys? Okay, so for those who know me and have been following me forever, you know this is my first time going live. So here to my first time ever going live on YouTube. I've never gone live on YouTube before. I don't know why. Honestly, I probably just kind of overthought it a little bit. And usually this is rare form for me. Usually I show up done up and I have a plan and we have a topic. And we have a little bit of a topic today, but it's not as planned as you can see. I actually just got done with doing a live for Spoiled Child. They are one of the newer skincare brands that are out. They are amazing. So I did a live with them, showcasing some of their skin products and showing like a get ready with me of my skin routine. And that was super duper dope. So I just got done with that. Hence the reason why I ain't got no makeup on. But it is what it is. I am rocking this bob though. Is she swinging? Is she thanging? I don't know what they say now. Does she look good? Do I look blessed? Let's see. Can I see who's actually on, or is it like just showing me the number of people? I'm gonna figure this out. Oh, hey, lifestyle solutions, giving us clear solutions for your life because we care. Lifestyle Solutions, baby. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. I don't know if I like this filter, y'all. We're going to stay normal. We're just going to normalize it out. It is what it is. Okay. She's not sliding back. We're good. Alexa, volume down. All right, you guys. So this is why I don't go live because I really don't like have a rhyme or reason or a plan or anything like that. But it's been a while since I've actually well, it's the first time I've gone live, like I said, but it's been a while since I've posted a video. I guess not too long of a while, but since I've done like a chit chat with me or what have you, I just wanted to kind of jump on and first of all say hello and thank you guys for rocking out with me. I noticed I had quite a few new subscribers over the last maybe 2 weeks, like 50 plus new subscribers. So hello, it's your girl Jen Rodriguez. Thank you so much for joining the community. Just to tell you a little bit about like me and what this channel is all about. Honestly, this channel started as a way of me just sharing some quick beauty tips and tricks and fashion tips and tricks on how to put together different outfits and try new looks to boost your confidence and try new things. So that's kind of how the channel started, and that's still what I do, but I've kind of segued more into more lifestyle things, talking more about wellness, mental health with some of my girlfriends, talking life transitions, just being a woman, and just getting through life and adulting. Like, adulting within itself is just a whole different ball game that I don't know if I was 100% prepared for. And that's no one to blame. My mom tried to tell me, my dad tried to tell me, okay, we gotta listen. But adulting is a whole nother thing. So I talk about a lot of that on my channel too, if you haven't seen, just with the reality vlogs and the regular vlogs and wind down and chills, all that fun stuff. So that's a little bit about who I am if you haven't met me before, or if you've never let me bring this up a little bit. I don't know if I like this angle, chat. I don't know, so I gotta get it right. But anyway, I don't know if you kind of knew who I was and what I do. Usually I'm a little bit more, like I said, planned and all that stuff with this, but today was just an impromptu day because today, if you haven't known from my title, Today I am celebrating a year since I've been officially divorced. It's been a year, here, little glass. It's been a year, you guys, since I've been divorced, and I kind of contemplated actually like talking about that because I don't want to make it seem like that's the only new thing I have going on in my life. But clearly, that's one of the newer transitions that people sometimes go through. Hopefully, not everyone, but sometimes you go through it. And as you have seen on my channel, I've shared a lot about my journey with it and all that good stuff. So I'm just kind of hanging out. I won't say that I'm celebrating it. I think if anything, I'm celebrating just like getting through the year and the growth that I've had. I'm definitely celebrating grabbing life by the reins and making stuff happen when I didn't think stuff could happen. I mean, not only did I go through a divorce this year, you already know, lost my job, just went through a whole transition. I had to start my career all over again. And then at the end of last year, I lost my dad. So it felt like just a year of just loss. But I try not to look at it that way. It's been a year of just growth and birthing into new things. And I think that's how I'm really trying to reflect on last year and how I'm trying to see this year with a fresh start and with a fresh lens. So it's been a year. It's been a year for like a week or so now. But like I said, I just didn't want to create like a whole divorce party and that's all that we do. I don't want to celebrate too hard because it's not like I didn't love the person. Things just didn't work out. And it was what it was. And we're great co-parents. We're really, really great co-parents. And I would even say that we're friends. We look out for each other just in different ways now. And I celebrate him and everything that he's doing and all of his endeavors with his job. And, he's such a great dad with Mercy. And he celebrates me, as well. And all that good stuff. So we continue to support each other because we are like family. It just is what it is. You might get divorced, but you're still like family, especially when you have a child. So here to a year of divorce. A year of divorce. Take a little sip from there. Whatever y'all drinking, have a sip of for me. I don't know. Okay, so I need to know. I don't really need to know this because I already kind of have my answer, but I was contemplating, especially after my dad died, I was contemplating going back to my maiden last name, which was Little. Mind you, I know it's Jen Little is not as interesting as it's Jen Rodriguez. Okay, like it rolls off the tongue. So brand wise, I get it. But to be honest, when we were like planning my dad's service and stuff, like I really wanted to be like Little. Like I wanted to rock his last name like really hard. But I feel like I'm still a little, I feel like I'm obviously still a part of his family, but I just wanted to rock his legacy. And I've been thinking about it. I'm like, do I hyphenate my name? Do I, keep Rodriguez? I know a lot of people honestly ask me, like, if you're divorced, why do you still have your last name? And I do it for my daughter. I do it for my child. I want her to feel and know that we're still a family and, it's a part of her legacy. And to be honest, that side of the family isn't that big. So it's like I want to continue to just honor the time that I had and the relationship I had until I get married again, if that's something that I choose to do. So it's kind of what I'm on right now. I just kind of wanted to know your thoughts, if you have been divorced before, or not to say I want you to think about it, but if that was something that you were presented with or something happened, would you keep your maiden name or do you keep your married name? What do you do? What do you do? I don't know. Nothing's wrong with Little. Nothing's wrong with the last name Little. I just, Rodriguez for me, I had already started like the branding, and especially when I got involved with Ebony and things really started to take off with that, it was like, all right, I guess I'm Jen Rodriguez. That's who I am, and that's, what my branding is, and I love that. I've built it and I've worked really hard at it. So again, it's something that my daughter can be proud of, but I've just been thinking about it. It's like, do I go back to Little and just like, I don't want to say plain Jane it, but just kind of go back to Little Jen? I I don't know. But anyway, it's been a year since I've been divorced. So we're going to talk about what I've learned over the last year. A lot of it you've seen like on the reality vlogs, to be honest. Like you've seen it. You've seen a lot of my life lessons. But in terms of just like where I am now, one of my really, really good friends, when I told her it had been a year, of course, her first reaction was, already? Like, dang. Dang, for real. Like, it's been a year. It just went by so fast. And I've just been doing so many different things. Oh, let's see what to. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. I lost the comment. Let me go back to the chat. Y'all, this is my first time going live. So if I hang up and come back, try not to judge me. Okay? Try not to judge. Welcome to live chat. Here are the community guidelines. Okay, I don't want to learn more about that. I just want to go to the chat. Okay. Tasha Scott, I cut my maiden name and married name for the sake of my daughter and the connection of our blended family. Oh, I love that. Yeah, totally, totally. Same here. And honestly, I didn't keep my maiden name. So did you keep both? Is that what you're saying? Hold on. I cut my maiden name and married name for the sake of my daughter and the connection of our blended family. Break that down for me. So is Scott like your married name or is that your maiden name? Let me see if there's any other chats in here. Not really. Okay, cool. I didn't like miss anything crazy. But yeah, it's a thing. Lifestyle Solutions. I was divorced and cut my married name for my children, and I remarried my husband. Ah, you sure did, girl. Look at you. Yes. So good thing you kept it. You didn't have to go through all that paperwork. That's the thing. Okay, so let's talk about the paperwork behind changing your name. And I get it, it's kind of a big deal, but that was my biggest thing. Once I already went through the divorce, I was like, I really don't want to have to go through a ton of paperwork just to go back to little. And then if I get married again, who knows when and if that'll happen. But if I get married again, I got to go through that all again. And I just started a new job, like literally around the same time. And I'd applied under that name. And I was like, I don't want no problems. Like, I know who I am. I'm not going to let a name define me or make me one way or the other. I'm the same person. I'm still Jen regardless. But I think it was just like, wanting to create a legacy for my daughter to look at and feel a part of, especially with the social media things I was doing. Like I said, I got involved with Ebony Magazine, which if you haven't heard or seen about that, I'm one of their correspondents, one of their new correspondents. I do a lot of interviews with them. Make sure you check out the vlog on how that happened, because that was a trip. But yeah, once I got involved with that, I was like, I was like, no, we're just gonna roll with Rodriguez and let it be what it is. And it's a little interesting, got a little spice to it, right? All right, so Tasha Scott, funny thing is my maiden name is Smith and I'm married into a Smith family. Oh, that's so cool. My ex's family name was changed to Smith from Balsamo. Yes, and then I remarried to the Scott family. Okay, got it. Okay. Gotcha. That is a story right there. Okay. So your maiden name was Smith and then you married into a Smith. That's kind of cool. That worked out for you. Who knows? Who knows? Now, here's what I was going to say. Like, when I first met my ex-husband, and mind you, when I was in the 8th grade, like, little tidbit. When I was in the 8th grade, y'all, I used to walk around school saying, I'm going to marry a Hispanic man. He's going to be Mexican or Puerto Rican. He's going to be something. I don't even know why. I think I was just in love with Salinas, and that meant that I had to marry somebody Hispanic. But I just, deep down, I just knew that was going to be somebody that I was with. Just Hispanic guy. And I needed his last name to be Lopez so I could be Jennifer Lopez. I needed it. I needed it to be Lopez. And then I met my ex-husband and I was like, Rodriguez. Close enough. It's all, I'm just kidding. There were obviously other reasons why I married him at the time. But yeah, I was like, I needed to be Lopez so I could be Jennifer Lopez. And the funny thing is when she started dating J-Rod, I was like, this is happening. This is happening. His last name is Rodriguez. We're about to be named twins. It's about to be all over my Instagram. Like, let's do it. And then they broke up and she's back with Ben. Affleck. Ben Affleck. No, they're super cute. I love them together. But Yeah, there's so much in a last name. And I really didn't think about it or really care about it too much until, like I said, my dad, when he passed and we were planning the funeral, I literally was like, put my name down as Little. At first, I was like, Little. And then I was like, well, no, hyphenate it. Because I didn't want my granddaughter, my granddaughter, but I didn't want my daughter to go back and look at that and be like, who's Jennifer Little? Oh, that's me. Like, I don't know. I kind of changed it for the moment. And then, after a while, it's like, that's just who I was. And he loved my name. He would, Jen Rodriguez, he would call me that, around the house and stuff. So I was like, just leave it. I've been little my whole life and I'm still a little in the blood, but. But anyway, being divorced presents all those different, which Tasha, you already know, girl. That presents a whole nother like slate of issues and just different things to think about. And I will say that the thing that I didn't realize about divorce that people kind of talked about, hold on, I feel like I missed a comment. Hold on. Jen is like, yes, Drew Jones, I'm finally live. Let me tell you, everybody's been telling me to go live for the longest time. And I've been scared and shaking in my boots to go live. But today was the day. It's not the Moscato, I promise. I went live before I even took a sip. So it's not that. Like I said, I just went live with a skin brand and I felt like I was already in the mood and my voice was already sore. So why not? Why not go live? But anyway, neither here nor there. Being divorced, one thing they talked about that I didn't really realize was actually true was that it really does feel like a death. I always say, and I've talked relationships with a lot of different people, but one thing that marriage taught me was that it was you, it was them, and then it was like the marriage that you build together. It almost became like a separate entity because sometimes if I really felt a certain strong way, but for the sake of the marriage, the separate entity, and the sake of the other person, I would adjust or flex or give in or whatever it was. And yeah, the other person would too. But if you're both not doing it at the same pace or you're not on the right path, then yes, this is gonna suffer, right? Which is kind of what happened with me and him. So yeah, the entity itself that we built, and we had been together for like 6 years. It was going on 7 years, which is a long time. We had a daughter, or have a daughter who was 5 at the time. So obviously we got, pregnant right away, just about, and that was a surprise. But like the entity itself, like the marriage itself, is what felt like was dying. I wasn't dying, they weren't dying, but it was like that life you built together was about to be totally different, and it was gonna go away. And that was really hard. We actually separated, I want to say like a couple years ago. At this point, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I don't even know, 3.5 years ago. We separated before for a little bit. We lived apart and then we ended up getting back together. And I think the reason why we got back together was because we saw the marriage dying. And you think about like, we were married for 6 years, but we were together for 10. It's a long time to be with somebody and then let them go. And then you got to learn somebody all over again and do that whole thing, like exhausting, right? And I'm going to get back to that. But yeah, the marriage part was dying. And you just felt like something that you really believed in and hoped for and wanted and worked so hard for and gave up a lot of time for, gave up other people for, gave up family or friends or whatever it was, time with them for. You feel like that's dying and it's going away, and it is. And it was so weird to think about that because that was something that kind of held us together. But we just couldn't really agree on what that really should look like and how much each of us were willing to contribute and give up in order for that to work. So, and I won't say that it's not also God involved too, but that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like the marriage entity we created together was dying. And that was devastating, even though I knew that I was making the right decision and I knew that I was doing him a favor and I was doing me a favor. Like I knew all of those things. Even in the truth of that, it still was very, very devastating and painful to go through that divorce. And it was really hard to continue going on. But what helped me, honestly, a lot was obviously prayer, my friends and family, surrounding myself with them, and you guys having something to do and focus on. And not really just focus on growing, but focus on really connecting with other people who are going through the same thing. And honestly, sharing my journey, just talking about it. when things like are hidden and you're trying to get over it. And my little brother, his name's Joe. He's a youth pastor, Pastor Joe, Prophet Joe. He's in California. He's a youth pastor. He's like 27 years old, like the coolest person ever. But he actually talked about this message that said, um, you don't have to focus on moving on, just move forward. And that was kind of like how it was with that. And honestly, a lot of things in life. Like you think about moving on, like I'm just moving on. I'm just moving on. Almost like you don't care and you just shake it off and it doesn't matter. Well, it's okay to say that it mattered, even if you know there's a good reason why things are happening or it had to happen, and that's just life. There's nothing more consistent with life than change. Like that's the only thing that we know is gonna always happen is things are just gonna change. And I don't like that, but that's just the way that it is. Things change, people change, and you just have to go with the flow and just believe that God's best is for you and that He's with you through those changes. But man, that was a change. That was a big change. Being with someone, living with someone. In the area that I live in, I don't have a lot of close family around me. So he was my family. Mercy was my family. Like that was really it. I had friends here and there, but that was my family. And I felt like, man, I'm like literally getting lost in the wild out here and just don't have anybody around me. But I knew that it's something that still had to happen, but it was still hurt. So I had to learn how to move forward. And that just meant that, yeah, I'm going to carry this pain with me for a minute. It's going to come with me, but it doesn't have to rule my day or my life. I'm going to acknowledge that it exists. I'm not going to try to hide it because then it's not exposed. You know how things are exposed? It's almost like when you are walking in the dark and you're feeling your way around, and it's kind of scary because you can't see anything, but then when the light's on, everything's exposed. Like, oh, that thing that I thought was so scary, it's just a broom. Or oh, that thing that was over there, it's really just a coat on a hanger. I thought that was something about to get me, child. Let me get up out of here. No, like sometimes it's really not, and not to say that it's not that deep. Acknowledge what it is. It is that deep. It's a big thing. It's a divorce. It's like a death. It's big. But, it's just a matter of acknowledging that and exposing it. Not that you have to share your business or do it like how I did, but just being able to talk about it frees you so much because it lays out the truth of what it is and how it's affecting you. And then you can really take it and prioritize it and put it in its proper place. Sometimes when you hide things, you don't really talk about it. It ends up being more than what it should be, or you hang on to it for too long. But when you expose it, and you get help and you have support, you're able to properly put it in its place. And I had to move forward and beyond that. And after a while, I was really able to leave my marriage and my past and not see that as a failure that followed me into my future. I had just had to move forward and find other things to be passionate about. The love that I was missing or felt like I might have been missing from a romantic partner, I focused on, receiving that from my true family and friends. Like I think about it now, and I'm single, I'm not dating anybody. And I just feel like I feel it's so weird how complete I feel, and I'm okay with that. I've always been a relationship person. I just knew when I was in my my tweens and my teens, it was a fairy tale. We're gonna be married, we're gonna live happily ever after, we're gonna have like 4 kids, and it's gonna be amazing. And even going through the divorce, it was like, oh, I could marry someone who has children, multiple children, or just 1 or 2 or whatever, and we're gonna have this blended family. It's gonna be great, and we can do things together. And then when they go off with their parents, like we have time alone. Like this is wonderful. Like this could be great. But even that, it's like it could happen, it could not happen. But I think just intentionally keeping around me the people that love me, embrace me, who understand my journey, who love me unconditionally. Those are the people that I receive love from, and I receive love from God. And once I really started to see myself the way that God sees me, I'm telling y'all, that was a journey, and that's still a journey that I have every day. But I can see the growth from it, and I really started to love myself. And when I started to love myself, I got a little more picky about who I was talking to. I was like, now, if you have to literally withhold love from me just for you to feel like, you're controlling the situation and this is going to make her want me more, like it doesn't. Like, no, who does that? Like the games that come out right now. I'm not saying that anybody's playing that game on me, but just the things that I see like on TikTok and all that stuff, I'm like, I just want to be whole and complete within myself and just love myself and fill myself with God's love. My therapist used to always say that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cliche. That's what my mom would say. That's what my dad would say. Fill yourself with God. What does that look like? What the heck is that? It looks like a lot of things. And I think for me, it was just accepting that it wasn't a matter of pride. It wasn't a matter of works. It wasn't a matter of anything that I've ever done. God just loves me. He just does. And he loves me exactly who I am. He loves what's under this wig as much as he loves what's under the makeup. And, he loves, the faults. Now, he doesn't love the faults, but he loves me despite of my faults. There's nothing that could separate me from him. And once I accepted that I could be loved that way, that honestly changed the game for me. It was like, what other love could compare to that? Like, what other love could even add to that? Not that I wouldn't be receptive to it, but that's the ultimate love, and I have that already. So it's honestly given me a sense of peace and just like, okay, like this is cool. I'm fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being alone, but not alone. I'm surrounded by love. I'm surrounded by love. All right, let me check in with these comments. Hold on. Excuse the finger again. I've never gone live before, y'all, so this is different for me. Loving yourself is key. Absolutely. Like, you have to love yourself. Like, no one, and I tell my daughter this, she's 6. But sometimes I have to remind myself of this too, but no one's going to care for you other than God himself. No one's going to care for you as much as you do. No one's going to care for your body in those moments that you're alone, like the way that you would. So I just really try to teach her that, like, no one, don't expect or put the responsibility on anyone else. Of course, it's my responsibility now to care for you, but don't put that on other kids or other things to make you feel a certain way, to make you feel happy, to make you feel accepted, to make you feel loved. They're not responsible for you. And if they don't want to do that, they don't want to add to you, God bless you, goodbye. God bless you and goodbye, and that is okay. And of course, she's 6. But, and she's going to deal with those rejection issues. But please, like, loving yourself is key. And I think that's where we're able to set boundaries. Yes, Jen, learning to love and embrace your light within allows you to see who recoils from your light and whom is drawn to it. Clap, 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 indeed, Tasha. Yes. Girl, you better preach and say that again. Hallelujah. Amen. No, that's absolutely true. Like, when you truly embrace who you are, you really can peep who really likes you, like who really is attracted to that light and who really wants that around and embraces it and who tolerates it and who just kind of does it for the moment or because things are going really good. So here they come. You know what I mean? Like, you can really like peep out who those people are. Love them up close or love them from afar, but I love them anyway. God bless you, because I might see you in heaven and you ain't about to take my chances of seeing my daddy again and my granny. You better quit. Nope. Okay, so true. The time you invest in the relationship, you can't get back. Divorce is hard. I most definitely agree. Yes, like you really can't. You can't go back and get that time back, honey. Those 10 years, like, I think in the beginning of the divorce, and I think that he felt the same way too. You just thinking and looking back, like, I could have been doing this. I could have been doing that. I could have been with this. But nothing really taught me as much of a lesson as that relationship. I think that we sharpen each other in a lot of ways, but I think that like I'm not gonna like try to tell all the business or anything like that, but I don't know. I feel like you should be able to sharpen each other and you should be able to help each other grow. And when you're both receptive to that and you're both going in the right direction, then it's great. But if you're not, then it's not. And I think for me, I just personally got to a point where if I'm seeing that neither of us are really growing or really doing our best and we've already been in this thing 10 years and we're not really helping each other, it's almost like we're not really holding each other back, but we're not really growing or doing things together. I feel like that to me, if we're married and we're one, then I have to shrink back or you have to shrink back and you have to hide certain pieces of yourself in order to feel truly loved and accepted by your other person. And that is the exact opposite of what a real relationship is. And a lot of it too, I had to learn was my ideals of what marriage was from my parents, just watching them in comparison. comparison to other couples, comparison to what I learned in church, like all these different things. Comparison killed a lot in our relationship, and I had to let that go. But I think I was more equipped to walk away from the relationship when I knew it wasn't that, when I knew that I had really learned everything that I could at the time. Of course, you can always learn and you can always probably try to work things out, but it really takes two. And if I'm at the point where I'm at my best self, but I can't like really be my best self and still be here, then that's an issue and that's a problem, because I'm not gonna be 80 years old and look back, and I wouldn't want him being 80 years old and looking back and like, dang, I not only wasted 10 years, I wasted a good 70, 60 plus years with this person for the sake of wait until my daughter's 18 or wait until such and such. You know, like, that ain't the move. That ain't the move, y'all. So anyway, that's what we're kind of toasting to today. As I put on my lip gloss, because yeah, it's nighttime, but I don't go to bed with chapped lips. Okay, I'm not kissing nobody. I'm not doing nothing, but it's just weird. Like, I don't. Not that it has to be super greasy, but it's really dry. Where are you guys from? First of all, where are you guys from? Lifestyle Solutions. I think I know where you're from. I think. I think I know where you're from. I'm in Michigan, and it's bitter cold. Like, I need March to come on with it, because it's been crazy with the snow and the ice, and my allergies have been like up and down. It's been 51 day, 10 degrees the next day. Like, we ain't got time. I need you to get it together. I need spring to come on with it. But where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? What state? What we got? Texas? What we got? We got Indy. I think we got Indy in the house. So yeah, it's been a year, you guys. It's been a year, and I don't know where this next year is gonna take me. I mean, the ending of last year rocked my world and the world of my entire family. Indy, hey! Indy in the house. It rocked our world a lot. There was so much that was just unexpected that just happened. But I think if anything, we just really learn how real God was. It's like, oh, he is so real. He is so real. Like, Indiana, okay. Home state, that's my home state, y'all. Indiana's my home state. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I don't know if I'll dub this as a wind down and chill. I mean, I have my glass, my quarter of a glass, whatever it is. I've got that. I don't know if you guys are sipping on anything or just getting ready to lay down with your bedtime snacks. That's me. Indiana too. Indy's in the house strong. That might be a sign. Maybe one of these days I'll be in Indiana too. Well, maybe not now. Not anymore. I'll just be in Michigan. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of jump on, kind of celebrate that with you guys. Like, a year of, not just a year of divorce again. It's not like I want to celebrate or advocate for divorce too much, but you know, it was a journey for me. It was something that I learned, and I'm just celebrating the growth that I've had so far, the growth that I'll have this year, and all the things that I'll get to share with you. So just real quick before I head out, I wanted to kind of let you guys know where the direction of my channel is going. Of course, I'm going to still try to do a video a week. It's been a struggle.com, because if you don't know, I work a 9 to 5, and right now I'm in the process of just, being there for my family and really being there for each other through just still grieving the loss of my dad. So if you haven't seen with my last vlog, a lot of life changes have happened there. I don't know what the reality vlogs are going to look like, but they are still going to happen. So if you love those, you're still going to get to see those. I'm kind of starting to film this next little season, a little batch of videos now, but I definitely will be doing that. I will also continue with the hair reviews. I see Ms. Jones there found my channel from Love Me Hair, and you fell in love with my sweet personality. Oh, thank you. I try, y'all. I try. But yeah, so Love Me Hair and all them hair companies, they've been hitting your girl up. I'm not even gonna lie, they've been hitting me up, and I've been hitting them up, because if you don't know, I love a good switch up, right? I feel like hair is just such a fun way to try something new and all of that. So I still will continue with my wig reviews. I kind of got my playlist organized into really cool playlists. So if you love short hair, long hair, curly hair, I kind of made it like a little shopping ground. If you love my hair reviews, so you can check out the different looks that I do. So I hope you enjoy that. I also want to dive more into like healthy like hair care for the hair underneath. So you can definitely look for more videos with that. I have some cool brands that I'm partnering with to hold on, my battery was low. 10%. We gotta speed this up. But I'm so bad with charging my phone. My dad be like, put it on the charger, girl. Just charge it to 100%. But yeah, so healthy hair is kind of where I'm going into next. Great brands that I'm partnering with to talk about just some different ingredients to really focus on and how to make sure your hair is nice and growing underneath that wig. Because that's when we rocking the bob doesn't mean we want to be rocking the bob when I take it off. Okay, I really want, when I install this, I want my hair to be nice and long and healthy. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to continue also with my wellness checks. I used to do wellness checks before, and just kind of talk about like the vitamins I'm using, the workouts that I'm doing. So I'll definitely continue with that. And I might incorporate those with my vlogs, just so I'm not doing too many different things. Last but not least, my wind down and chills. So that is going to be really, really special this year, you guys, because I have a slate of friends and people that I'm connecting with. We're going to go live together. We're going to do joint lives, most likely right here on YouTube, so you don't have to go find me anywhere else. So we'll do the lives here on YouTube and just really talk about different types of topics. Like we're going to have fun. We're going to kiki. We're going to ting. We're going to do all those fun things and have a little girl chat, talk about what's trending. But we're also going to dive into some other issues that, you know, I just think are really important as I go into this phase, and also just with the way the world is going. Like I'm just noticing a lot of things, and it's one of those things where, like my dad, you can't just sit on it and be quiet. You really want to try inspire and motivate people to go in the right direction. So wind down and chills will definitely be, you know, a thing, but they'll be coming to YouTube instead of just being on Instagram. So you can look out for that too. If there's anything else you want to see, any other topics you kind of want me to cover or touch on, make sure you put them in the comments below. This is a beauty, fashion, lifestyle type of channel, vlogs, hauls, just all the fun stuff that we like to do as women and that we like to get into. Like that's my target audience. Of course, men, you're more than welcome. But we're going to do all the things. But if there's something that you really want to make sure that I touch on or get my perspective on or whatever it is, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. And it won't be something that you have to wait for very long. I promise you that. So here's another toast. Ting! A year of divorce, a solid year of divorce. To great co-parenting, beautiful child, just gorgeous girl growing up and adjusting like a boss, like the boss that she is, and just continuing to love and grow and staying true to myself. So I hope you all have a good night and enjoy this live. I will definitely be back soon, maybe next week. I might do it like once a week type of thing. But make sure you stay connected. Make sure you subscribe if you don't already. And make sure you have a good night. See y'all later. Thanks for joining, y'all.